Hey guys, welcome back to Hanging Out with Lori. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Today I am starting something new here on my channel, and the idea came about after my collab I did with my sweet friend Nona over at My So-Called Life 1977. I had talked about how I only use my Violet Voss Flamingos palette when I do collabs. People ask me to do collabs with this palette, and I'm always excited to do them using this palette, but I don't grab it any other time. And so I decided, Lori, why don't you start incorporating doing looks using one of your palettes? How many ever looks I want to do with that palette. So I kind of chewed on the idea for a while, and I finally decided to do it. Why I was hesitant is because I'm not a makeup artist. I'm a makeup enthusiast, but I don't have a lot of skill set in makeup artistry, art, color theory, things like that. It's just, that isn't my wheelhouse. My wheelhouse is something totally on the other spectrum of the world, if you want to look at it like that, where my talents lie. And so I was really worried. But what flipped me to decide to say, yeah, I'm going to do this, is I have a ton of palettes right behind me that I have used once or twice. I have only swatched. Some I've not done either, and I would really like to get some use on them. And so I told myself, you're going to do it. If, people, kind of bust my chops for my skill set, so be it. So when I decided to do this, I also worried because I don't have a lot of new releases. What I have, I buy on my own, or it's gifted to me from a friend. And so I was worried that people would find me using older palettes, not brand new releases, that they would just not want to watch. But I know that there's people out there who have these palettes. That makes a whole lot of sense to me. And so when I put color combinations together in a look, they may or may not work. I just don't know because of my lack of understanding of color theory. But what I lack, I make up for in just a true love of applying makeup, of creating a look, and seeing if it's going to turn out. And I love using this palette because it really pushes me to create something that really I'm uncomfortable with, to be honest with you. So we are starting off using the Violet Voss Flamingos palette to create 5 looks. My goal is to use every color in the palette. I don't know if that will be possible, but that's my goal. With all that yakking, let's start off with this look. All right, guys, we are jumping in full steam ahead, and I am using my finger to put the beautiful shade Surf all over my lid. I wanted to just really get this color out of the way. Since I'm building my look from the lid up, I then took coral and put it into my crease and up into my transition, really blending it out almost up to my brow bone. I really want the contrast between coral and surf, so I continue to build up coral in my crease and then blend it out on my upper lid, but I'm really working hard to make that coral pop against surf. Back on the lid, I take that beautiful matte teal shade called Beach Ball and start packing it on my outer corner, not really taking it into my crease, but just really building it on the lid. I decided to take the shade Watermelon, which is a bright matte coral, and put it on top of Beach Ball to just kind of simmer down that really vibrant teal. And then I took Watermelon and put it into my crease and really built up that contrast between the blues and the corals, or I should say the teals and the corals. Decided to build Beach Ball back up a little bit and took that medium teal called Tidal Wave. It's a shimmer shade, and I packed it in the middle of my eye between Beach Ball and Surf. I just really like that look. For my lower lash line, I had already lined my upper lid and about a quarter of my lower lash line using NYX's Gypsy Blue eyeliner. I then took Beach Ball and dusted it over Gypsy Blue, smudging out that eyeliner. I then took Watermelon and put it on top of Beach Ball. Then I put Seashell into my inner corner, taking it up onto my lid just a little bit to open up my eyes. I threw on some J-Cat Beauty Shimmering Bronze Eyeliner into my waterline, as well as Maybelline's Colossal Mascara to finish off this beautiful watery look. I took sand and just set my primer. Alright, now that I have worked Sunbathe onto my transition, I also took it and worked it into my crease just to darken it up a little bit. I'm going to take the shade Popsicle here, which is a darker orange, and I am going to put that into my crease and take it down onto my lid. Maybe. Next, I'm going to take Sandals, this beautiful rush shade, and I am going to pack it on my outer V and slightly into my crease. To take this shade right here called Island, and I am going to take my finger and put it all the way across the rest of my lid. I am going to take the shade Pineapple and just put it on that inner corner. To take Lemonade and just dust it on top. And take sand and put it on it. Took the Rust shade Sandals and I put it on the outside part of my lower lash line, and then dusted Sunbathe on top of Sandals and all the way across my under eye. And this is my final look. I really love this look. I think the ColourPop lipstick makes a beautiful addition to finish off this look, as does Melt Cosmetics Roseland's eyeliner and J-Cat Beauty's Shimmering Bronze. Okay, I started doing my look thinking I was filming and I hadn't hit the go button. So I have set my eyes and I took flamingos onto my transition. You can see it some, but I'm going to be building it more. You guys know how I love my flamingos, so I really want it to pop. So I'm taking watermelon and really working it into my crease and slightly onto flamingos. Flamingos is much higher on my lid though. I then take the shade Coral to soften up the edges of flamingos and watermelon. I take this beautiful lavender shimmer shade Bikini and I put it all over my lid. I then go back to watermelon and put it in my outer V, but I want to darken it up, so I carefully, oh so carefully, take Sunny's The Black Matte and darken up watermelon on my outer V, just a slight bit, very little. I then go back into watermelon and build it back up on top of Sunny's and take sand and dust it on my brow bone. I then go back into watermelon and put it on my lower lash line with flamingos, putting seashell in my inner corner and hooking it up with flamingos to give me this beautiful poppin' pink look. Alright, for look 4, I am back at it, battling the blues, taking Oceanfront, a seafoam green matte shade, and dusting it onto my transition. I then took Lemonade and put it on top of Oceanfront and dusting it along my lower lash line. I packed Pinwheel, which is like a rusty shimmery shade, and I packed it on my outer V, and then took Flip Flops and put it on my lid. I put Donut all over Flip Flops to kind of build up that really bright pink, but Donut is a duochrome, so it does have a purple flip to it, which is really pretty. I then took Flip Flops, put it in my inner corner, and pulled it back onto my lid to open up my eyes. I then took Pineapple. Where do I want to put Pineapple? I need to use it. Where do I put it? I put it right in the middle of my eyelid. And man, does it look stunning over Donut. It really makes this look just open up quite a bit right there in the middle of my lid. I love it. I then take Lemonade to soften up the edges up on top. And we're back to Oceanfront, building that up a little in the crease and transition. And here it is, guys. We have some pastel shades with a duochrome in there to make this pretty soft look. All right, look 5. We are starting off with Sand, and we are just setting the primer into Lemonade, just putting that into my transition, building it up so you can actually see the yellow. Then I'm into Island, really putting that into the crease. It is a shimmer shade. This orange shade really helps that yellow to show up. Just building up Island. back to sand to dust on my brow bone, into flamingos, my favorite one. I'm packing this all over my lid. I really want to look like a flamingo today. Pinwheel, we're taking this shimmery rush shade and we are putting it on top of flamingos with pineapple, just working it over pinwheel and flamingos. Then we're taking watermelon and flamingos together and packing it on the outer V. Just a little bit of sandals is getting mixed in with watermelon and flamingos just to deepen it up some. Then we're putting pineapple back onto the lid, really building up that beautiful yellow. Taking pinwheel, putting it on top of the seam between pineapple and those matte outer shades, just building pinwheel back up since it kind of got lost in the shuffle. Back to lemonade, we're putting that beautiful bright vibrant shimmery yellow in the inner corner and hooking it up with itself on the lid. We're taking sandals and putting it on our lower lash line with watermelon on top all the way across to lemonade. But I want to fit flamingos in there, can't forget it, so it's really hooked up between watermelon and lemonade, giving me this beautiful sunset flamingo look. This is my 5th look using the Violet Voss Flamingo palette. I did use every color in this palette. I wasn't sure I would be able to, but I did, and I'm so happy that I did because this palette is highly colorful, and for me to be able to make 5 different looks using this palette and incorporating all of the colors, I was surprised I was able to incorporate all of the colors, but I'm really proud that I did. Yeah, I'm surprised I was able to make 5 completely different looks using this palette, considering it's more colorful, and that really is not my wheelhouse. I had lots of fun. I hope you enjoyed my 5 looks using the Flamingo palette. I hope this becomes a series that I do more regularly on my channel because I had a lot of fun. It was a little different, but I had a lot of fun, and it really pushed me out of my comfort zone, which is really what I want with this, you know, 3, 5, 7 looks using one palette. That's really what it is. I want to push myself, I want to grow, and I want to have fun doing it. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave me a comment down below what you thought of this video, and if you have a palette in mind, leave it down below. Please take good care, be safe, be smart, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.